Avengers Doomsday had a big, what was the last week? They did the huge cast review?
Yes.
All the chairs?
We have got a ton of people in this movie. Some that haven't had their movies released yet. So the Thunderbolts are going to be in, all the Thunderbolts, including the Sentry, are going to be in this movie.
Is Taskmaster going to be in it? You've heard that, right? They're kind of like taking
I don't see
it out in spots, like it's going to die. But it's like, how can you kill that character? It's supposed to adapt to everything.
I would, you know what? I'm all for them killing that character off because it's not my Taskmaster. Okay?
There you go.
It's somebody cosplaying as Taskmaster, and I could see them killing off. I mean, even Jonah, I think, made the comment about that on the last one. They're like, I think Taskmaster is going to die in this one.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see somebody take up the mantle of Taskmaster and actually be Taskmaster from the comics.
Sure.
That would be sweet.
Well, the body type in the Black Widow, it was a
because it was a dude. Because it was a dude in the stunts, doing all the stunts and stuff.
Totally messed up the whole thing, but yeah. But go on, sorry.
But yeah, we've got the list. It's kind of broken down into lists by team. Of course, the Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. We've got the new Avengers, so it looks like Sam Wilson's going to get the team back together, sort of. Right now, it's looking like Thor, Sam Wilson's Captain America, Shuri's Black Panther, Ant-Man, and Shang-Chi. Which I'm glad Shang-Chi's finally doing something.
Sure,
because I like that movie, but I like the like kung fu movies and stuff like that. So
and Shuri's back, like they're totally in on that. I get it. I think it's just how I think you just got to write it right, and I think that's what Black Panther 2 was just missing. Like I don't know,
yeah,
but still they should have just freaking recasted, man.
But
just silly. But anyway,
also Namor is going to be in it.
Namor, yes.
Which I thought he did a decent job as Namor.
That world was like very well done. I thought. Like how their skin changed colors in the depths, and then when it came to the surface, they were blue. Like all that mythology behind it, it was really well done. Like, yeah.
I think the biggest surprise for me, and I hope it doesn't turn into more multiverse bullshit, but the biggest surprise for me was that the Fox X-Men are coming back in this. We've got Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, James Marsden, Alan Cumming, the original Nightcrawler before the First Class trilogy or quadrilogy, whatever you want to call that.
Yep.
Rebecca Romijn back as Mystique, Kelsey Grammer
that's cool.
Coming back as Beast, which isn't too much of a surprise because of the end of the Marvels. Channing Tatum's Gambit is cast in this.
Thanks to Deadpool Wolverine. Which
never would have seen it. About time.
Yep.
Pretty cool that he's coming back in it.
Loved it.
Anthony and Joe Russo will be directing the film. It'll be released in the United States on May 1st, 2026. That's
crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm pumped.
And there's a lot of, if you go and look at this is literally the cast list here. So far. You've
seen that April Fool's was funny with that. They did all the other characters from other movies.
Yeah, like I've seen all kinds of memes about this, like the Predator is going to be in it.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be back as the Terminator. What was it? Tillicum from Blackfish is going to be in it. I don't know.
They had fun with it.
They've had a lot of fun with it.
It's so funny because you go back to Logan, and for Patrick Stewart at the time and Hugh Jackman, they're like, all right, this is our high note. We're out. And then Stewart's come back. This will be his second time back, I think, because he was in Doctor Strange. It's a different version of his roles. And then Jackman obviously came back for Deadpool Wolverine.
Right.
Famke Jensen's not in on this. Maybe she will make an appearance soon. But, ever since Days of Future Past, that was a beautiful end note to the Singer X-Men, because you got to see Marsden again.
Yeah, I thought it was too. And then I thought Deadpool Wolverine was a nice send-off to some of those other Fox Marvel characters.
For sure. But I think I'm so excited about James Marsden in this. I don't know why. I just think his Cyclops never got
he was a great Cyclops. I think it just kind of
didn't get much to do.
That whole the X-Men 3 and the whole thing with Superman Returns and him going with Bryan Singer and
right, because he was too busy working on Superman Returns.
Well, that's why they kind of killed him off in like 5 seconds, like a bitch.
So much, what
he went out like Boba Fett.
Character you did of him, like in the third one.
Well, in can't think of the actor's name off the top of my head. I think it was like Ty Sheridan, I think is the kid's name. Don't quote me on that, but from First Class
as Gambit.
No, Cyclops.
That
the kid that was introduced in the second.
They found him in the high school or something.
Yeah. Now, as a young Scott Summers, who's not experienced, yeah, he was good. But James Marsden, for me, out of the three...
You're talking about the actor who played in Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
That dude, okay. I thought you were meaning... was it because Origins was different? I think Origins was like it was a younger kid, but
yeah, no, not that kid.
Yeah, it's kind of like that didn't happen.
No, I'm talking about the one from like
Gotcha, yeah,
Apocalypse and Days of Future Past, all that.
Right. They give him a chance to make people, especially Cyclops fans, happy, and maybe himself happy because I think he almost got there, but I can't wait to see him in action. I hope it happens. I hope so.
And the one thing I've seen from the concept art that I hope makes it into this movie because we've been getting a lot of comic accurate suits.
Yeah.
What I've seen for the concept art is that the X-Men are going to be in their 90s outfits.
That'd be cool.
It might be a little more, might not be like spandex, but the color schemes. And I think they did a mock-up of what James Marsden could look like in the movie. And it's like kind of tactically armored, but it is the blue suit with the yellow sash with the X on his chest. And
God, I hope so, man.
I mean, they did it with Wolverine finally, and it only took 20 fucking years.
And it was well done. It was not,
but
I didn't find it like a laughing stock or anything.
Good.
It was perfect.
It did.
And I know a lot of people complained, and I wish, but I get it because you want to reveal that mask at the end, probably.
I wish he would have done more in the mask.
Right, but they talked about when he was in the orange, right? Orange and brown or whatever the hell out.
Yeah, like the brown and orange. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, he should have his mask there. But like, yeah, they want to reveal that for the end though, because marketing, they never showed it. The only time you got to see it was like on a toy or a statue. They did
or the popcorn bucket.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. It's funny.
I can't wait to see the popcorn bucket for this movie.
It's kind of like if Captain America, or I'm sorry, what was the Brave New World or something like that? I already forgot the title of it. Captain America 4, everybody. It's like if they didn't show you Red Hulk and you just saw the merch. Like that might have been cool to have that surprise, perhaps. But
which I will say this for toy companies. Not that it was a big spoiler that Red Hulk was in it because he was in like the second trailer they ever made, but they were like Lego was really bad about this when they'd make a set for a tie-in.
Notoriously bad.
They'd have like a spoiler of a minifigure in there, like I guess he's going to be in the movie now.
So
but yeah, we still have the Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Which is the last episode of Field of Geeks. Didn't you and Jonah talk about how bad that comic run was?
Yes.
Although, if you're playing off of the last Spider-Man, no one knows he's Spider-Man, so he's not like he married to Mary Jane or anything. So
it makes
it better, I guess.
It makes sense, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hope it's good.
Please be good.
But there's been speculation. Of course, there's a whole list of people that aren't mentioned for this movie yet, which includes Spider-Man, Daredevil, Moon Knight. The street level heroes, the ones that have movies coming out, like Spider-Man, I think is the only other one that's got a movie coming out that's not in the movie yet.
Right, and he wasn't revealed part of the cast or anything like that. But
there's still a lot going on with Sony.
Yeah, well, that also reminds me, it's a tangent, but we talked about Bond last time. Supposedly Amy Pascal could be running the new Bond regime, and I'm like so pissed because she's the one that like dropped the ball on all those Craven. Morpheus, no.
Now I will say,
no.
Craven is in my list to watch. It's on Netflix.
Yep.
It's on my list. I have not watched it yet. I'm waiting for a day where I don't have anything to do the next day because I'm probably going to be crying myself to sleep.
Right. Now, we mentioned Kelsey Grammer being in this. Do you think he's going to be fully CG like he was at the end of Marvels?
I think he is.
Probably because of his age too, you think?
I think his age had a lot to do with it. In the Marvels, why they did it that way.
It's most comic accurate.
Right.
The last time he put the makeup on was Days of Future Past.
Right. And if you watch the Frasier reboot, he's not exactly in superhero shape.
Still got that great voice, though.
Which he doesn't have to be, because he has the perfect voice for the Beast.
Yeah. And Sideshow Bob.
And Sideshow Bob.
So do you think Alan Cummings will be CG, though? Because he's older now.
I hope not.
Because he doesn't have fur, right? That's why you need him to be more practical.
But... Okay, so going back to the first class, so I'm separating this by original X-Men and first class X-Men.
Yeah.
Right, the old cast and the new cast.
Sure.
I thought he was way better as Nightcrawler than the Bucky Beaver kid we got for the young Nightcrawler.
Sure.
What I want them to get rid of is like he made sense in the original Singer. Thank you.
Easily mixed.
Well, at least Zack Snyder didn't.
Right?
Never mind.
Yep, never mind.
Did he? Or didn't he? No, I'm just kidding. Did he? I like the way he looked, and I like that they like mentioned the whole angelic symbols and stuff. But I want the
costume.
I want the costume.
Yeah.
I want the red and black costume, the white gloves, the sword, all that. Give me all that.
I'm sure we'll get it. This is like
they almost have to do close-up stuff. Yes. Practical effects, makeup, all that stuff. Which, if Rebecca Romaine's in it, they're going to do the same thing for her.
True. Yep.
Like the wide shots, kind of like they did with Gambit in Deadpool Wolverine. You know, obviously, they kind of CGI'd that up a little bit. So,
well, yeah, if you got Channing's Gambit, you're going to definitely probably have the '90s team. Like,
I really hope so, because what I don't want them to do is go do what Fox did, where they teased us with comic accurate stuff and then took it away. Like, we don't need the entire Avengers team to have a monochrome, one size fits all uniform. They're not in Starfleet,
right?
You know, we don't need that shit.
Yeah, leather needs to go. No more leather. Let's get some color in there.
I will say, like, the characters that are missing from this, like Ironheart, Echo. So far, I've heard that like Sylvie and Mobius and all that might be in it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like the characters that are missing, with the exception of like Daredevil, Moon Knight, and Spider-Man, I don't care.
Sure.
Like I don't need to see them. I don't need to see Ironheart. I don't need to see Okoye.
It's too much.
And the 50 other people that have tech suits. Joaquin Torres, I think, is
is he
not
announced?
in it.
Oh, not in it. Yeah.
Not listed yet, but then again, he might still be in traction by the time this movie comes out.
Build actors they released versus
right.
You probably have cameos from other people.
Right, but
it's like really is that how you say her name? Her character's name?
Okoye.
Yeah. Remember when they released the Endgame poster and she wasn't on it and people like got really pissed off about it, and then it turns out like there was a reason, because she wasn't really in it much. Like we don't need the whole montage, like girls get it done montage like they've done in the past ones, but I do like what they made this, like, and it's fan generated, but there is this one thing that like kind of echoes from the comics of like Thanos approaching Doctor Doom, and he's like, you know, do you have any Infinity Stones on you? It's like, no, but I'm still the Mad Titan. He's like, not that it matters, and like rips his spine out. Jesus, really?
Yeah. And that's from the like God Emperor Doom comic book panel, but
God,
it's like if they go that dark with Doctor Doom, sign me up, because Doctor Doom is a badass motherfucker.
Yeah. Supposedly Downey's doing his research very well on it, reading all kinds of material.
Yeah.
I hope so, man. And the Russo brothers, I have pretty much.
I have a lot of faith in the Russos.
I do, but it's dwindled ever since they have left Marvel. They haven't really had the same success.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Do you? Okay.
Disagree wholeheartedly.
I've not seen those projects, but
because there's one on my recommended list that if you haven't seen it yet, I want you to check it out, because it'll totally change your mind on that.
Okay, and I think I know which one you're talking about. And it's one I do want to see. But they did a movie with Tom Holland as like a vet or something, and then they did had Evans in it, and was it Hemsworth? I forgot what it was, but it was the Netflix movie. And obviously the newest one is the Chris Pratt one.
The Electric State.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, which still looks good to me.
Based off of a graphic novel.
Cool.
So they know their stuff. They do their research.
So you were saying with the old Doomsday thing, you think there could be a reboot happening potentially? Was that something you were talking about?
I think that. So here's the thing: like we all know that like Phase 4 was dog shit.
Yeah.
We can all
right.
We can all pretty much agree on that was dog shit.
Yeah.
There was some good aspects to it.
Yeah,
not a lot.
Visually, yeah.
Movie wise, there wasn't some good. There was not good things.
Right.
I don't see. I have the same feeling after Endgame, or you know that I think I'm going to have the same feeling that I did after Endgame. Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
You know, there's years and years and thousands of comics worth of stories out there you can do.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do another big ensemble movie like this, you know, do Doomsday, Secret Wars, all that stuff, where do you go from here?
Right.
You can't keep bringing back, you know, at some point, you know, I think it's great that Anthony Mackie's taken over as Captain America. I think he can carry it. You know, I think he can be a MCU leading man.
Sure.
By no means do I not think he can do that.
Yeah.
But at some point, he's going to get the same feeling that Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Hugh Jackman, you know, have all gotten, that I don't want to just do superhero movies the rest of my life. I want to move on to something bigger.
Sure. Yep.
And not only that, but there's kind of some tension there with like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on with that. So I don't know about the future of Deadpool. I'd love to see Deadpool. There's another one that's not on this list. Is Deadpool.
Right.
I'd love to see him come into it at some point.
I
but
think you could. This might be controversial. I think you could totally recast at this point, start over, or continue it.
But who are you going to get that has that attitude?
I don't know. That's the problem. But I don't know.
It's kind of the same thing with Spider-Man. Like you have to have somebody who can be, which love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I don't like the golly gee Mr. Stark bullshit that he does.
Dead now, so you won't get that.
Well, but still, like
I know.
I'm hoping that we finally get a Spider-Man that grows the fuck up.
I think we will, because that's really what they, we're pushing towards. I think at the end of the last Spider-Man film, and the font is different. Like it doesn't have that whole homecoming look to it.
It's not the what I call the scrapbook. Look to it.
Yep.
Doesn't have that. I'm hoping we get a more mature Peter Parker this time around.
Yep, he'll be in college. We know that, right?
Well, yeah,
that's where they were all off to in the last.
Yeah, but I want to see the Peter Parker who's, can throw out those quips and all that, but not be so childish with it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was where they were going with not No Way Home, Far From Home.
Oh, right.
I thought they were leaning towards that when he got all serious and was getting stitched up by Happy in the plane. Like finally, he's going to grow the hell up, and then no, all of a sudden it's like, oh, Ned, hand me my web fluid.
Jokes and jokes and jokes. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, or just bring back Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I'm totally, you know what? After No Way Home, totally fine with him taking over.
Right. I think that would have fixed Madam Web's problem too. He needed a Spider-Man in there, and I think he shot some scenes in it. So, but whatever. Thank you, Amy Pascal. Let's see what you do with Bond. Oh, Jesus.